Live Social.
Welcome back to this channel. We are here with Fabio Menichelli. Welcome.
Thank you. Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Excellent, great, thank you.
It's a pleasure having you here.
Thank
you. We are going to speak about your company, and
Yes.
I know that you have a specific focus on training.
Yes, we do. We have a coffee company, so we provide coffee to cafes, bars, and restaurants all around the world. So our job is not just producing coffee in a coffee bag for whoever is operating the coffee machine or the cafe, the restaurant, the bar. We also have to provide in some way some information about how to make that coffee. Which
The know-how.
Yes, we give the know-how, and it's sometimes necessary to do that. Some people have already a kind of education about coffee, but in general we need to teach quite a few things that are important to actually make coffee, because the coffee trip, as we said before, it takes around 6 months, to actually arrive, even more, from a coffee plantation to us. And then we roast the coffee, and I can guarantee that it will take a very, very little to ruin that coffee before it gets into the cup. Just an example, for example, oxidation, coffee oxidation. So when you open up a bag of coffee and leave the coffee, roasted coffee, exposed to the air, unfortunately the coffee is going to be starting the staling process. And it's stale, it means that the coffee will not have any more flavors and good things in the ground coffee that we're going to grind to make espresso. So we need to make sure that coffee is always freshly ground. And especially if we have a doser in which we're making coffee and we grind the coffee into the doser at the bar, so we need to make sure that the coffee
doesn't stay there
forever.
Much.
Exactly. Somebody actually did a study about that, and they said that in around 15 minutes, coffee can lose around up to 60 to 65% of the coffee fragrance.
So that's not good.
So even at home, for anybody who's making coffee at home, it's important to grind the coffee, and if you don't use the coffee, you just put it like in a jar. You close the jar, and you just put it away from light, oxygen, and heat, and it will stay fresh, for a few days. And then, of course, you have to drink it and prepare it. So this is not just a very, very small part of the actual total training that we do. We need to teach about the blend, about how to grind the coffee, and most importantly, how to actually maintain the machine, the coffee machine, and the equipment that they actually give a loan, to these cafes and restaurants. It takes very little to actually ruin them through the, deposit of calcium that you can actually get into the boiler, the coffee machine, for example, if you don't treat the water that you are using for the espresso. As you know, 98% of the espresso is made of water. So water is number one important, to actually make the espresso and, guarantee the
best product
cup,
possible.
The best cup. Our aim is actually to get the best coffee product in the cup, and to actually make a sum of what we're actually trying to achieve is that the barista needs to understand that the coffee needs to actually be extracted from the coffee machine in a way that is not ruined by the dirt or the dust that you actually have in the machine. So you need to actually work on the product in a way that it will come out with its authentic and natural and beautiful flavor.
Okay, so Golden Brazil Coffee, it's a company who cares about the final product, so the cup.
Absolutely, we're quite obsessed, I would say.
And that's true. That's good for us.
Yes, absolutely.
So thank you, Fabio, for being with us, and
thank you.
You all stay tuned.
Live Social.